Have you ever wondered why some women can walk into a room and instantly capture a man's full attention, while others seem invisible, no matter how stunning they are? Here's the truth. Most dating coaches won't tell you. Attraction isn't about looks, money, or playing hard to get. There's a psychological switch inside every man's mind, and once you know how to flip it, he can't stop thinking about you. And today, I'm revealing the one simple move that can trigger his deepest emotional desire, the very thing that makes him feel like you're the one without him even understanding why. But before we get into it, here's a little warning. What I'm about to share isn't a pickup trick or manipulative game. It's based on real human psychology, how men are wired to fall in love, bond, and commit. So if you've ever felt ignored, ghosted, or confused about why he's pulling away, stay right here, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to make him lean in, crave your presence, and chase you without begging, without overthinking, and without changing who you are. Ready? Let's unlock the secret behind male attraction right now. You know, here's something most women are never told. Men don't fall in love just because you're beautiful, funny, or smart. Those things get his attention, sure, but they don't create desire. And this is where so many women get stuck. You think, if I just look prettier, dress better, or act cooler, he'll want me more. But here's the shocking truth. Attraction isn't logical. Men don't fall for you because of what you do on the outside. They fall because of how you make them feel on the inside. The reason most women fail to spark real desire is because they focus on surface-level strategies. Texting more, chasing harder, buying expensive outfits, acting overly agreeable, when in reality, none of that touches the emotional core of attraction. Here's what happens. A woman meets a guy she likes. She thinks, I need to impress him. So she laughs at every joke, hides her true opinions, and constantly tries to earn his approval. At first, he might enjoy the attention, but deep down, he doesn't feel pulled in. Why? Because there's no emotional tension, no mystery, no sense that he needs to invest in winning you. See, here's the secret. Most women never realize. Men don't crave what comes too easily. The male brain is wired for challenge and pursuit. When there's nothing to figure out, nothing to earn, the desire starts to fade fast. But here's the painful twist. Some women try to compensate by doing the exact opposite. Playing games, being cold, ignoring him completely, thinking it'll make him chase harder. And sure, it might work for a moment, but it doesn't last. Because real lasting desire doesn't come from manipulation. It comes from authentic connection, plus emotional triggers. Men fall for the woman who makes them feel alive. The woman who sparks curiosity. The woman who's confident enough to walk away if she's not valued. When you embody that energy, you naturally create a sense of scarcity, and scarcity fuels desire. So if you've ever wondered why he pulled away, why he suddenly stopped texting, or why he says he's not ready for a relationship, it's often because you accidentally removed the very thing that ignites passion. The balance of connection, unpredictability, and emotional impact. And here's the good news. You don't need to change who you are to spark that desire. You just need to understand how the male mind works and use it to create a deeper magnetic pull. Stick around, because up next, I'm going to reveal the one powerful move that flips that attraction switch instantly. And once you understand it, everything about dating and relationships changes. Let me ask you something. Have you ever met someone and within seconds felt drawn to them even before they said a word? That's not magic. That's psychology. And when you understand how it works, you can create the exact same effect with men, naturally, effortlessly, and authentically. See, instant attraction isn't about how you look. It's about how your energy triggers his subconscious. Every man's brain is wired with primitive instincts that decide, often in under 7 seconds, whether he sees you as someone special or just another person. Here's the surprising part. It's not about being the most beautiful woman in the room. It's about activating the right emotional switches inside his mind. And one of the strongest is something psychologists call the reward anticipation loop. When a man senses a little mystery about you, when he can't quite predict what you'll do next, his brain releases dopamine, the same chemical linked to excitement and desire. Suddenly you become addictive. He starts thinking, who is she? What's her story? Why can't I stop wondering about her? But here's where many women accidentally block this process. They reveal everything too quickly. They over-explain, overshare, and give away all the mystery up front. And without that sense of anticipation, his brain never gets hooked. Another trigger is emotional mirroring. Men are instinctively drawn to women who make them feel good about themselves, not because you flatter them, but because your energy amplifies theirs. When you match his vibe, his laughter, his excitement, his brain reads it as connection. And connection is one of the fastest pathways to attraction. But here's the real kicker. Men aren't just looking for chemistry, they're scanning for emotional safety. The moment he senses that he can be himself around you, without judgment, without fear, his guard comes down. That's when the attraction deepens into something more powerful than lust. Emotional magnetism. Instant attraction happens when you combine three things: mystery, emotional alignment, and safety. When these come together, his brain goes into chase mode. He starts investing more effort, texting first, planning dates, and finding reasons to be around you, all because you've awakened something primal inside him. And in just a moment, I'm going to show you the one powerful move that amplifies all these triggers at once. The move that makes him feel like he discovered you, not the other way around. And once you learn it, everything about how men respond to you will change forever. Alright, we've talked about why attraction fades, why some women accidentally push men away, and the psychology behind what pulls them in. But now, it's time to reveal the one move, the single powerful shift that can make any man feel deeply drawn to you, almost obsessed. Here it is. Give him the gift of emotional elevation. You see, men become obsessed not with women who are constantly available, overly agreeable, or trying too hard to please, but with women who make them feel something powerful every time they interact. Think about it. When he's with you, if he feels excited, challenged, seen, and desired, his brain begins to associate you with those emotions. And here's where the magic happens. His subconscious doesn't fall in love with you. It falls in love with how he feels when he's around you. So what's the move? It's mastering the art of emotional contrast. Be warm, engaging, and open, but also unpredictable enough to spark curiosity. Show him your fun, playful side, but also let him see that you have depth, independence, and a life outside of him. Here's the mistake most women make. They either overgive or over-withdraw. They're either constantly available, which removes the thrill of pursuit, or they play overly hard to get, which builds walls instead of attraction. But when you balance connection and mystery, you create something rare. Emotional addiction. Want him to text you first. Make him laugh when he's stressed. Want him to think about you at night. Share a moment that makes him feel seen and understood in a way no one else does. Want him to crave your presence. Be the highlight of his emotional world. Here's the truth. Men chase what they value. And a man values the woman who can change his emotional state without even trying. That's why this move works. It taps into the deepest layer of his psychology. Once you master it, something amazing happens. He doesn't just want you, he feels compelled to be near you. You become unforgettable, and that's when the obsession begins. And in the next section, I'll show you exactly how to put this move into action, step by step, so you can make any man feel that deep magnetic pull starting today. Now that you know the one move that makes him obsessed, let's talk about how to actually do it. Naturally, effortlessly, and without feeling fake. Because the truth is, if it doesn't feel real for you, he'll sense it, and it won't work. Step 1. Shift your focus inward, not outward. Before you even try to make him feel anything, check in with your own energy. Are you anxious, overthinking, trying to impress him? If so, pause. Men are highly sensitive to emotional signals. If you're tense, he feels it. The more relaxed and grounded you are, the more magnetic you naturally become. Step 2. Create emotional spikes during interactions. This doesn't mean playing games or being manipulative. It's about sprinkling little moments of surprise and contrast that make his brain light up. For example, instead of answering his text with something predictable, reply with something playful, funny, or slightly unexpected. When you make him laugh, tease him gently, or share something intriguing, you disrupt his patterns, and his curiosity about you grows. Step 3. Be warm but not overly available. This balance is where most women struggle. You want to be inviting and open, but also let him work for your attention. When a man feels like he has to put in effort, he values you more. So if he texts, don't always reply instantly. If he asks to meet, don't always be free. Let him sense that you have a full, exciting life beyond him. That creates healthy tension, and tension fuels attraction. Step 4. Make him feel seen in a way no one else does. When you listen deeply, notice small details, and respond with genuine curiosity, you trigger a part of his brain that says, "She gets me." That's powerful. Combine that with your playful unpredictability, and you'll stand out instantly from every other woman he's met. Do these steps consistently, and something incredible happens. You'll stop chasing his attention, because he'll be the one chasing yours. Not out of obligation, not out of lust, but because he feels an emotional connection that he can't find anywhere else. And in the next part, we're diving into something just as important, the clear signs he's falling for you. Because when you see these signals, you'll know without a doubt that your energy is working. Here's the thing about men. They're not always great at saying what they feel, but they always show it if you know what to look for. When a man is falling for you, there are little shifts in his behavior, his energy, even the way he looks at you. And once you notice them, everything becomes crystal clear. One of the biggest signs is consistency. When a man's just casually interested, his effort comes and goes. But when he's falling for you, his behavior changes. He starts texting first, making plans, following through, and showing up. His effort becomes predictable, not random, because deep down, he's invested in keeping you close. Another sign, he pays attention to the small details. Maybe you mentioned your favorite coffee, and next time you meet, he surprises you with it. Or you casually talked about a stressful day, and later he checks in to see how you're doing. When a man remembers the little things, it means he's mentally replaying conversations, because you're on his mind when you're not around. Watch his body language too. Does he lean in when you talk? Does he maintain eye contact longer than usual? Does his face soften when you laugh? These aren't accidents. These are subconscious cues that he's emotionally drawn to you. A man can fake words, but he can't fake his body responding to your presence. Another powerful sign, he starts including you in his world. When he's falling, he doesn't just want to see you, he wants you woven into his life. He introduces you to his friends, talks about his future plans, and starts using the word we instead of I. This shift shows he's mentally placing you beside him in the bigger picture. And here's one of the deepest indicators. He becomes vulnerable. Men are naturally wired to protect themselves emotionally. But when he opens up, when he shares his fears, dreams, and insecurities, it's because he trusts you on a level that's rare. Vulnerability is one of the strongest signs of genuine love forming. So if you notice these changes, consistency, attentiveness, deeper conversations, and vulnerability, there's a very good chance he's falling. But here's the beautiful part. Once these signs show up, you hold the power to either nurture that connection or let it fade. And in the next part, I'll reveal the biggest mistakes women make right after this stage. The ones that accidentally push men away, even when they're already falling. Avoiding them can be the difference between a short fling and a love that lasts. Alright, we need to talk about something crucial. Because here's the reality. Even if a man is falling for you, there are a few common mistakes that can completely kill attraction, often without you realizing it. The first mistake is over-communicating. I get it. When you like someone, you want to stay connected. But constantly texting, double messaging, or panicking if he doesn't reply instantly creates pressure instead of desire. When a man feels like he doesn't have the space to miss you, the natural chase instinct fades. Healthy attraction thrives on balance, not constant availability. The second mistake is making him the center of your world too quickly. Here's the truth. Men fall harder for women who have lives, passions, and goals outside of them. If he senses that you've dropped everything for him, canceling plans, neglecting your priorities, abandoning your independence, he subconsciously starts valuing you less. Why? Because scarcity creates value. When you have your own life, your time automatically feels more precious. The third mistake is ignoring emotional pacing. Sometimes we meet someone and instantly feel this magnetic pull, so we rush things. But here's the thing, emotional connection can't be forced. If you're pushing for labels, commitment, or constant reassurance before he's ready, you trigger his instinct to pull away. Attraction is like a dance, you can't skip steps without stumbling. Another big one, testing him too much. I know, sometimes you want to see how much he cares, by playing hard to get, ignoring texts, or creating jealousy on purpose. But while this might trigger short-term anxiety, it destroys long-term trust. Men crave stability and safety just as much as passion. If he feels manipulated, he'll protect himself by withdrawing emotionally. And finally, the most overlooked mistake, not communicating your standards. A lot of women stay silent, hoping he'll just figure it out. But silence often leads to resentment. Men respect women who know their worth and communicate openly. When you express what you need calmly and confidently, without ultimatums, you build trust while keeping attraction alive. Here's the bottom line. Men don't fall for perfection. They fall for authenticity. Avoiding these mistakes isn't about playing games. It's about showing up as your best self while giving him the space to choose you freely. And coming up next, I'll share how to turn that initial attraction into lasting love. The exact shifts that deepen connection and make him see you as the one he never wants to lose. Here's the truth. Creating attraction is one thing, but keeping that connection alive, building something real that lasts beyond the honeymoon phase, that's where most relationships succeed or fail. So, how do you turn a spark into a deep, lasting love? It starts with emotional safety. When a man feels like he can be fully himself around you, without fear, without judgment, he naturally bonds more deeply. He stops guarding his emotions and starts letting you into the parts of his world that very few people get to see. That kind of openness creates trust, and trust is the foundation of long-term love. Next, you need shared growth. Relationships thrive when two people inspire each other to become better versions of themselves. When you support his dreams, and he supports yours, you create a sense of teamwork that keeps the connection strong, even during challenges. Love isn't just about passion, it's about building together. Another key factor is keeping emotional polarity alive, the balance between closeness and individuality. One mistake couples make is becoming so blended that they lose their sense of self. But here's the secret. Maintaining your own life, passions, and identity actually keeps the attraction burning. Men are drawn to women who continue to evolve, explore, and grow because it keeps the relationship exciting, fresh, and full of discovery. Communication plays a massive role too. Honest, vulnerable conversations about fears, needs, and desires create an unbreakable bond. Instead of avoiding conflict, face it together. Instead of assuming he knows what you want, express it clearly. Relationships built on open dialogue don't just survive, they deepen with time. And finally, never underestimate the power of emotional moments. Whether it's spontaneous laughter, a deep conversation under the stars, or supporting him during a tough day, these shared experiences create memories that anchor love. Over time, they weave a story between you that he never wants to let go of. When you combine trust, growth, individuality, and communication, you transform simple attraction into something unshakable. The kind of love that doesn't fade when things get hard, but grows stronger because of them. And in the final part of this video, I'll share my top proven techniques to make this entire process effortless, so you can not only attract the right man, but keep him deeply connected for the long run. So we've covered a lot today. From understanding male psychology to sparking desire, mastering emotional triggers, and creating long-term love. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a few final tips and proven techniques that can completely transform your relationships, starting today. First, always lead with self-worth. The most magnetic thing you can ever bring into any relationship is confidence in who you are. When you walk into a connection, knowing your value, you naturally set boundaries, communicate clearly, and radiate an energy that draws people toward you. A woman who knows her worth doesn't chase love, she attracts it. Second, focus on emotional connection over perfection. You don't need to look perfect, say the perfect thing, or follow a strict script to make a man fall for you. What truly captivates him is how he feels in your presence. Laugh with him, challenge him, support him when it matters. The more authentic your energy, the deeper the bond becomes. Third, stay unpredictable in small, playful ways. Routine kills attraction faster than anything. Keep things light, fun, and unexpected. Send a playful voice note, plan a spontaneous date, or share something mysterious about yourself. These little sparks keep his brain hooked on you. Fourth, practice healthy detachment. This doesn't mean ignoring him or playing cold. It means knowing you're okay with or without him. Ironically, when a man senses that your happiness isn't dependent on him, his natural instinct to invest more deeply kicks in. Finally, remember this: lasting love isn't about forcing someone to stay. It's about becoming the kind of person someone never wants to lose. That means growing together, staying curious about each other, and continuing to feed the connection long after the initial spark. If you take just a few of these techniques and practice them consistently, you'll notice something amazing. Men will respond to you differently. They'll lean in more. They'll listen more. They'll value you more because you're showing up as the most confident, grounded, and radiant version of yourself. And if you found this video helpful, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because I've got so many more secrets to share that can change the way you experience love forever. Trust me, this is just the beginning. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with something important to remember. Attraction isn't about tricks, manipulation, or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about alignment, finding a natural rhythm where your energy, confidence, and authenticity inspire a man to be drawn to you without effort. You've learned today how men think, what sparks their desire, and the single most powerful move that can make him obsessed in the right way. But here's the truth: none of this works unless you're being yourself. Confidence isn't acting perfect. It's owning your imperfections. The right man doesn't fall in love with a mask. He falls for the real you, your laughter, your passion, your strength, and yes, even your flaws. And because you've stayed until the end, here's your bonus advice. Stop asking, "Does he like me?" and start asking, "How do I feel around him?" This simple shift changes everything. Instead of chasing his approval, you start evaluating your own happiness. When you focus on how someone makes you feel, you naturally become more selective, more confident, and more magnetic. The men who aren't right for you will fade away, and the ones who see your value will step up. Remember, love isn't about convincing someone to choose you. It's about being so aligned with your own worth that the right person can't help but choose you. If you found value in this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. And stick around, because in my next video, I'm going to reveal even deeper secrets about how to unlock lasting emotional connection. Until then, stay confident, stay radiant, and never settle for less than the love you deserve.